that was a typical ACC blowout, 3 points. A lot of the games in the ACC are very hard fought. They seem to be coming down to the wire most of the time. I thought we had our moments where we showed that what we've been accustomed to over the years. We had some moments where obviously we just didn't execute from a defensive standpoint or offensive standpoint. But when the game was on the line, I thought that we had great physical play from Barber and Gainey. I look at the statistical sheet that everybody contributed in some way or another. We was only 3, I think, of 15 from the 3-point, but I think we're a much better 3-point shooting team than what we've shown. I think a lot of that is just a lot of moving parts. Us learning how to play together with gaining a little bit of his help, getting Cam Corn back. Primo's coming in, giving us a big lift, his speed and quickness and his ability to score. So step in the right direction. You just gotta enjoy this for about 45 minutes or so and start preparing for the team that we'll be playing on Tuesday. I thought that Virginia Tech didn't surprise me with anything. I just thought that we did a poor job guarding them from the perimeter. Anytime you go, 11 for 23 from 3, that would normally spell a loss for you. I thought we overcame that with just exerting ourselves on the boards and got 8 offensive rebounds in the second half. And a lot of those we got fouled on, and some of them we scored baskets. So we had a lot of different guys contribute. Barber seemed to be realizing different ways to contribute. 10 rebounds, I think 3 steals or so, and 5 assists, 10 rebounds, and 8 points. That shows that he's finding ways to contribute without it all being on the offensive scoring. Any questions?
You guys had that one time down the court where you guys kept getting offensive rebounds off the missed free throws and getting putbacks, and was that just desire from guys?
Yes, I just thought that we showed that we were hungry and we were aggressive enough, and I think our toughness showed up, the will showed up, and I thought we exerted ourselves, and we haven't been consistent with that all year long, and I thought that made the difference in the game.
I think you got 38 from your bench, second straight game. You've had really good bench scoring. It's a group starting to figure out their roles and understand, maximize your opportunities.
Well, we've always tried to win games by committee. I think that early on, people questioned why we play so many people, but the way we play, we have to keep fresh bodies on the court so we can stay in rhythm. If you get a couple guys fatigued trying to be aggressive offensively and trying to push the ball offensively, then being aggressive, picking up 94 feet defensively, at some point in time you fatigue. But tonight, this afternoon, I thought that we had great contributions because from our not role players, but our rotation, because they gave the guys who started an opportunity to get rest and to sustain our effort, for the full 40 minutes. We didn't always play well, but I thought our effort was pretty good for the full 40 minutes. That's who we are, and that's that's the point we're trying to get to.
You've talked about Jalen trying to get up to speed after being out for so long. Do you feel it feels like he's getting a lot closer to kind of what you think he can be? He's very impactful.
Well, your heart goes out to a guy like that. You never know what his career could have really been like here. And he's now in his last year of school, and he's out there battling at 75–80%, but you can just see his energy, you see his determination, you see it in his body language. He might be dragging his leg, but he runs as fast as he can. That just says a lot about who he is, what kind of character he is.
What do you think? The game kind of felt similar to the Georgia game, where you get up in the second half and then the other team starts to make a comeback towards the end, but this time you held on. What was maybe the difference there with the mindsets or the finishing the game out compared to early in the season?
I think having Gainey and going for somewhat healthy, having Primo on the court, and guys just being more and more familiar with each other, and our system, offensively and defensively. And I thought that the fact that we were able to play 10, 11 people and be effective, I think there's a fatigue factor there somewhere that we were fresh down the stretch there when we were able to exert ourselves. And fatigue wasn't the issue going down the stretch.
Talk about the effort that went into guarding Lynn Kidd for now. This guy was averaging about 16 points coming in.
Well, he's averaging 19 points a game
Yeah.
in the ACC. We've always been a team that switches 1 through 5. We've always been a team that tries to keep the ball out of the post as much as possible. And I thought our techniques were pretty good in terms of defending the post. And a lot of times you think it's the individuals that's defending the post guy, but a lot of it is how you guard the people who are trying to feed the post. Being active with our hands and challenging passes has as much to do with the physicality of the person who's actually guarding the post. Even sometimes your weak side defense being in the right position, where the guy who's passing the ball is a little hesitant because he sees someone on the lane line or the midline on the weak side.
I'm sure it's not as consistent as you want, but are you seeing more flashes of the defense looking like what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah, we've had flashes, no doubt about that. But the ACC is extremely challenging. Everybody's going to have good players. Everybody's well coached, and sometimes it's just it's a battle. That's what makes the ACC so good, because every night out, regardless of who you're playing, where they're ranked, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be a hard-fought game. If you're going to win, you got to play for 40 minutes, and you got to do it the right way. Whatever your system is, you got to come as close as you can to execute if you're going to give yourself a chance to win.
Wake Forest coming in on a 9-game winning streak. They won again today. Have y'all had a chance to look at them, or is that something you do between now and Tuesday?
In actuality, we normally have a coach preparing for the game while we're preparing for another game. So Coach Smith, this is his game preparation, and he would he's already dissected everything except the Miami game. So we'll meet as a staff and come up with the game plan. We don't have the luxury of giving them off tomorrow. We won't have a physical practice, but we'll have a walkthrough or a film session and a walkthrough, so that we will, start getting an idea of the game plan and our preparation.
Coach, it was Military Appreciation for you guys today. Can you just talk a little bit about how special it was to get the win and to honor the troops in this game?
Well, whenever I have an opportunity to show some respect for our service men who, gosh, they protect us all over the world. The sacrifice that they make, to see that we're safe is just tremendous. And anytime we have an opportunity to show our respect and say thank you for the sacrifice and all the hard work that they do, you have to take advantage of that. I mean, the world is in such chaos now. We have issues all over the world. It's a shame that we can't figure out how to get along, but they are all over the world protecting us as citizens, and we can't do anything but say thank you. And this is our way of showing our gratitude and appreciation for all they do.
Leonard, you guys, I think you won 5 out of the last 6, I think, and the students will be back this weekend from vacation. How important would it be to have a great crowd Tuesday night?
Well, we've always had tremendous support here on campus. It just takes but we've been a little inconsistent, so we got to give people something to cheer about. I've been so grateful for even the fans that were here over the holidays that came out to see us. We've always had a great relationship with our fans and the student body. So hopefully they'll catch on the fact that we improve it every game, and we want to make it tough and tough. We want to get back to that winning streak that we enjoyed for 5-6 years, and make everybody proud of who we
What was
represent.
just the emotions going back to the line for those last 2 free throws?
I'm confident. The first one went in and out, second one hit back rim. So I just wanted to find my touch, but I was definitely confident going back to the line. I'm shooting a great percentage from the free throw line this year, so I was very confident going back. Happy to be back.
The first 2 felt good then?
Yes.
On that possession, was the goal always to get downhill, get to the rim, see how it would finish?
It was me and DG. He's a great shooter in a strong side corner. They didn't come off of him, so the next read was to get down there. I think we executed very well.
Seemed like the first half of the game was called a lot differently than the second half of the game. Not asking you to make a statement about the specific referees or anything, but just is that hard as a player to adjust when it goes from maybe like a loose to a tight game?
I mean, we try to analyze the first 5 minutes of each half to see where it's going, just the vibe and the pace of the game. So we definitely saw the first 5 minutes that they were, calling it kind of close as the game was being close. But the first half, it definitely felt like they were letting us play a little bit more. But tough game, we got to get caught a tough way. So we understood.
How much more comfortable are you feeling just in the flow of the game with your teammates now that you've been back for a few games?
I think my pace was an issue, just sitting out for 10 months. But I think, like you said, I feel like my pace is getting better as it goes throughout the season. So I think I'm getting better every game as far as that goes. But I'm a great group of guys in the locker room, just supporting me and helping me make reads and just being there for me as I get used to the system.
When you finally knew you had the opportunity to return to the court, what was that moment like for you after having to wait for so
I
long?
mean, it was great. And a couple of my brothers at other institutions, we celebrated as a group. Just they don't understand how hard it was, just sitting out and watching your brothers and not being able to be there for them. So it was definitely a relief of joy, just being back out there and with the guys that I spent 6 months with since May. So.
You talked about, I guess, the pace. What's it like getting acclimated, I guess, first in practice and now in games to kind of the speed of how this offense operates?
I mean, I think the game rhythm is real. I was in practice with them every day, as y'all know, but just the pace of the game days are a little bit different than practice. So I'm just getting used to the pace that I have to play with in a different system as well. Because I feel like the Big East pace and ACC are very different. So just trying to get acclimated to that pace of the game and just the reads I'm making in the new offense. So.
As conference action starts to heat up, how huge was it for you guys to kind of overcome a mental hurdle and just really be pushed to your limits in this one?
It's great. We faced a little adversity, and I think in our locker room, we felt like we needed it. So just learning that we have a great group of guys that can fight and get used to each other as the season goes by with a new group of guys. So and I think we're adjusting at a great pace as far as conference play coming along.
How do you're a guy that obviously takes a lot of pride in your defense. How do you feel like you guys are playing defensively?
Oh, great. I think we have slippages sometimes during the game, but I think everybody has each other back. So I think if somebody gets beat off the ball or somebody messes up a concept, I think our help side defense is what's getting us by. But on ball, I think we have great defenders and Baba, Taylor, me, Jay Ward, Jameer. So I think it makes up as far as our athleticism and how we recover from mistakes.
This question's for Baba. Earlier in the season, Coach Hamilton had talked a couple of times about how when shots weren't falling from the perimeter, it seemed like it resulted in defensive lapses or a little bit like less intensity. But in this game, 3 for 15 from 3, but no laps at all. What do you think the difference was?
This thing is showing emotion and hustle on defense and on offense. We just got everybody involved, and we just really wanted to win. So no misses or like mistakes got in the way of us trying to get what we wanted to.
Bob, that series of plays where you guys missed a free throw and get the rebound, and you guys had that run without ever leaving the side of the court. How much of that was just desire and want to and physicality, or what do you think was the key to that?
Yeah, that was just going for it, just going all out, just doing what the coaches asked us to do, crash the boards, be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like we just did what we're supposed to do. So from here, we just got to keep building off of that and do it more and more.
But guys, Coach Ham talks about he loves the guys who are stat stuffers, who kind of fill up the stat sheet in all the different ways. Say your performance today kind of fits that mold. How do you pride yourself on being that type of player who can do it all and make an impact in so many different ways?
I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, I just love how the coaches give me confidence to be able to show everything I can do and help the team win with all of my tools. And today was one of the games that I could really help in that, just being more aggressive on the boards, trying to find my teammates when they were open and being aggressive when I had to.
Question for either or both. It seems like every game we get to see a little bit more from Jalen Gainey getting healthier and more comfortable. Just talk a little bit about his leadership and sort of the contributions he brings to the court.
I mean, I felt like outside looking in, because I wasn't playing the first couple games of the season. Just his presence at the rim defensively. I don't think he's getting back to blocking shots, but I think that'll come along with time. But just his presence at the rim and being able to alter shots, and then offensively, he's doing a great job of sealing when he's giving us driving lanes, and then drop offs was the highlight of the day for today. Him just being in a darker spot and being able to play above the rim. And then Danny's a great locker room guy, so he never shies away from letting us know what we need to do and encouraging us in the locker room.
Yeah, basically what he said. I just think that him having so much college basketball experience, he really brings something to the team, like DG does, like J-Nick does, like Primo, like Jameer. We need that experience to be able to keep growing as a team. And now that he's starting to get a little bit better, healthier, he's really helping us.
Bobby, did you, when you got here, was he still healthy? Had he had the injury yet when you first got here?
When I first got here, he was healthy. And
So,
one of the summer workouts, I think it was, he got hurt.
so you saw him before the injury?
Yeah. Man, like I was always saying, like, because we used to go to the FSU local gym at the Leach, because they were changing the floor at the gym, and I would always say, like, Gainey would jump before someone would shoot, and he would still put the ball back in the room. That was crazy. Like, and then I'm just happy that we can see the growth he's having after the injury. Like, he obviously went through a lot, so now seeing him being more involved with the team and be able to be on the court, we're just happy for him.
You'll have a quick turnaround with another tough conference opponent coming in. What do you do between now and then to get your bodies right, your mind right, and get the game plan?
I mean, they've emphasized as soon as you get off the court, just getting in the treatment room and just using that and having a pro mentality of just staying in the training room and getting our bodies ready for the next one. So my coaches are on us already as we speak. So we just gotta apply.
Yeah, I was just in the cold tub. That's why I was late. That's my bad. But yeah, we just gotta take care of our bodies. Just be ready for the next day. Go to film. Just study the game for the next one and get ready.
Last thing, I was just closing out some of these games where you guys have these 8-10 more point leads and the other team comes charging back. What do you think the key is to not letting it come down to the last?
Just digging in defensively. I think we took good shots in that stretch and they didn't fall. But I think we're a little lackadaisical on the defensive end. Just like I said, I think our team defense is what we're dominating in. I thought we were hugging our man a little bit more than we're used to. So just attention to detail and just executing our concepts is what we have to learn to do in those stretches of the game.
Yeah, I think just having voices like Primo, Jalen, DG, Jalen Gainey, like having them talk to us in the huddles, get us locked in, just making sure we're ready to like stop their runs and start one for ourselves is key for us to be able to go out at those dips.